Hey everyone, it's Stori here, and this is RP Weekly. So we're back in my room. I've been sent back down here. I apologize for any noise. There's cleaning happening upstairs. There's a dog in here. It's kind of chaotic and busy right now. And there's also a 5-year-old running around somewhere. We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. So we're on episode 17. I can't believe we're already there. And we're gonna jump right in. I have quite a many blogs to list. So first up, I have Michelle RPT, and this is obviously RPC blog. I picked them up because they're just a great blog if you need to go for just some advice on RP stuff. So that's them. Next is Heirs to the Shadows RP, and this is a Shadowhunter RP. By Shadowhunter, I mean Mortal Instruments, so it's more based off of the book. For characters, there are various species available. It's actually set at a Shadowhunters Academy with not only Nephilim, which is the half angel, half human people, but they also have mundanes, and downworlders also are there. And so the plot is that the Clave has been keeping the secret that there's a demon wanting to make hybrids. Again, I guess, though not really originally a demon. But so everyone is going to have to come together and fight against this evil. And next I have Morley Helps. And they're actually brand new RPH, and I fell in love because obviously their mascot is Bob Morley, and I love him. So they offer up the standard help that any RPC does, but I figured they're new, give them a shout out. Also, their mascot's awesome. So next I have RP Gizmos, and this is actually a really cool blog. They are an RPH, however they revolve around coding. But also, the gizmo part comes in because they created this gizmo called the aesthetizer. Yeah. Where you enter text. It's like a separate, you click the link and you go to a separate site. And you enter text and you pick the styles that you want to do for this text and any effects that you want. And it makes the code for you. So then you can just copy paste onto Tumblr or whatever you want. Next is Those Glory Days, and this is a Marauders roleplay. But what makes it different is that the Bobaton school was attacked by Death Eaters, and so now the Bobaton students are coming to Hogwarts. So it's different. It's cool. Check it out. So next up, this is very different. It's new to the RPC, and I'm really excited to share it with you because it kind of falls along the line of kind of what I do, but advice part. So it's called RP or RPod, and it's a podcast that's bi-weekly, and so they discuss just a variety of topics when it comes to role-playing, from just aspects of writing and role-playing itself, like kind of like a how-to RPH kind of thing, but a podcast. So it's kind of like what I do, but more helpful advice than what I do. And next is Halloweentown RPG, and this is set after the which movie was it? I believe it was not the most recent one with college. It was the one before that, which I can't remember. The third one, I guess. So this one is set after that, when Marnie has opened the portal between the worlds, and so the worlds are joined together in this RP. But because humans have come to live in Halloweentown, it doesn't quite look as Halloweentown used to be. And so there's monsters there or creatures that want to start this rebellion, and they want to take back Halloweentown, and they want to rid it of humans, but also take control again. Well, I guess kind of again, but fully take control in not so cool way. It is appless, and it accepts, actually, which I thought was really cool, is it accepts all types of creatures. They don't limit to a specific list. So literally any creature that you want to have in Halloweentown, you can have, as well as humans, obviously. So next is Tilden RP, and this is a skeleton roleplay that is based off of The Leftovers, which I believe is a show and a book. I know it's a book. Don't quote me on the show part, but I believe that's what it is. Though it has split from that plot since they've been opened and doing different plots and stuff. So it's set in a small town called Tilden in Maine, but what happened is a rapture occurred where people just suddenly just disappeared, and then it kind of just fell from there. More people disappeared, others returned, and then plagues appeared. And basically it's just an angels versus demons battle thing, and I thought that was a really cool plot. A lot of different aspects are into it, so check them out, seriously. So if you're just looking for a town roleplay to get into that's not set in the very typical places of like New York or California or, you know, Florida, Wilmington RP, which it's set in Wilmington, North Carolina. It is a plotless OCRP, so it's the standard 10 RP, relaxed. I really like their color scheme was very, very calming to me. And I'm going to move on to the final group roleplay for this notable blogs section. I just blanked, and I'm quite excited to share this one with you because it was really cool to see. So it's called Magica in Omnia, and it is set at why am I having such a weird voice right now? It's weird. Okay, the coffee's starting to get to me. Also, I might pause because there's vacuum above me. So the history of this plot, it does rely heavily on the Salem witch trials and hunts and all that stuff. So that's the history, and so the present is that a lot of hunters have come back, and basically people are assholes. And so Roanoke is now one of 3 magical schools that are left in North America. And I believe, from what I remember, that a lot of students from outside of the U.S. are coming into the school as well because they need to practice their skills. So that was a really cool plot that they have. What else I found was that on the sidebar they have a box with the current date and weather, but what was really, really cool was that they have newspaper headlines, and one of them I wrote down was a herbologist eaten alive by overgrown Venus flytrap. So just a little tidbit there. They don't accept OCs, not at least at the moment they don't, but they have a ton of great canon characters to take a look at. They seem pretty flexible with face claims. Characters can be staff, professors, or students. So take a look at Magica in Omnia. So for my indie roleplays this week, I have 4, and I'm really excited to share them with you. I'm going to possibly butcher the first one because it's been a while since I've said this name. So Inu no Taisho. He is from the Inuyasha series. He is Sesshomaru and Inuyasha's father. So this RPer welcomes AUs, crossovers, and OCs as well. So the next 3 are indie RPs, but what they're really cool is that they're cosplay RPs, which I feel like I wanted to include them because I miss cosplaying myself, and I love seeing great cosplayers, and especially how they implement this into role-playing. So the first one is Life as a Marauder. They have various muses, but mainly Harry Potter universe, obviously. Next is Black Dog Padfoots, and obviously Sirius Black cosplay. And the final one is Ask the Boy Who Lived, and they mainly do Sirius and Remus cosplays, but they do have a couple other ones. Also, I believe that they have Pansy Parkinson, but really don't quote me on that one because I went down a deep hole last night, and when I was gathering up all my information, and I just kept going down this hole of cosplay RP, and I love it. The next little tidbit that I'm going to throw in front of the blogs is kind of random, but I thought about it and I was like, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to include Twitter RPs, and I know they're not Tumblr roleplaying, but Tumblr roleplaying is connected a lot to Twitter roleplaying, and it goes hand in hand. So I figured, why not include them? They do the same things that we do, just managed to get it down into 140 characters, which I think is pretty impressive because I can't do that just for general tweets. So the first one is White Core's Denny, and they are Denmark from Italia. And then I have Lonely Little, I always pronounce the full word, okay. Lonely Lil Elena, who is Elena from the Vampire Diaries, and they actually do both human or vampire verse for her. And next I have Miracle Failed, and this is Michael from Supernatural, so check that out. And then the final notable blog for this video, I have The White Wolf JS, and this is a Jon Snow roleplay, and they actually do both modern or canon verse. So take a look at any of these. As always, they're listed below. And if you really like this video, please leave a like or subscribe. That'd be awesome, and I would love it. It would make me happy. Okay. So RP trends. We have Gossip Girl and One Tree Hill RPs are coming back. And I'm just thinking, are we in the early 2000s again? Which would be awesome, let's be honest. But Gossip Girl, I've seen a couple approaching once more, and then I've also seen, I know I mentioned a One Tree Hill Next Gen one last week, and then I found like one or two other actual One Tree Hill roleplays, and I was like, whoa. And next trend is that, well, sort of trend, I'm going to include a couple things that are trends but not trends. But alternative face claims for the popular overused face claims is still happening from KMRPs. I love every single one of them, and I adore them for doing this because it's great. So take a look at KMRPs. They have an alternate face claims. And next and finally for RP trends, I've decided I'm going to just include them every week because they're awesome. So Tasks Weekly this week was our LGBTQIA. That was the theme for this week. So check them out as well. So for my wish list this week, I have a few things. So the first one is 2000s inspired RP. I found a playlist, which is actually in the goodie bag this week, and it is about 2000s music. And I just thought, why aren't there more early 2000s role plays? Like you have the 80s, you have the 90s RPs was a thing for a while, but early 2000s has its own thing. And it may be 2016, but it's a different time. So I'm going to give this one 3 corgis. And so next on my wish list, I have Cosplay RP, obviously because of above. And I'd really like to see, there's two sides of this. So either an RP that's about cosplayers, or an RP, a group one that brings together cosplayers who RP, and they RP in a specific theme or something, like maybe a Marauders cosplay one. That'd be cool. So I'm going to give that 5 corgis because I'm pretty excited about that one. So next on my wish list, I have best friend pairing RPs. I know there's soulmate RPs, but I'd like to see like friendship, more friendships. And so that I'm going to give 2 corgis. And fourth, I have Ninja RP. I know there's spies and stuff, but like a ninja centric with accurate face claims and just like the whole aesthetic of it is really cool. And so I think maybe not ninja itself, but maybe inspired by the ninja culture would be pretty cool. Just saying. So I'm gonna give that 4 corgis. Yeah. And finally, for my RP wish list this week, I have Leverage RP. And I actually ran a Leverage roleplay like way back when, and it still stands to this day. One day I really want to go back to it because it was really fun. And I actually, so Leverage is a show which I think I talked about because I had Aldous Hodge as a notable, as a favorite face one week. But what an amazing show that is. It is just amazing. And so I actually made this roleplay in protest because I didn't realize when I watched the final episode of Leverage that it actually was the final episode. I thought it was just the end of the season, but no, it was the end of the show. So I didn't handle it well. So I created a Leverage roleplay, kind of like a next gen kind of feel to it because I had the main characters, Parker and Elliot and all them, but the way it was set up was a little bit different, and so I'd love to see a group roleplay of Leverage. It'd be cool. I'm just saying. And so that one I'm going to give 3 corgis to. So for favorite faces this week, I have Jenny Kim, who is a singer, and then I also have Jay Park, who is a rapper, dancer, producer, just a whole bunch of different, he does a lot of things, lots of things. And so it is time for the goodie bag, and I have quite a many things here. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I do. So I have, let's see, I know I mentioned the 2000s playlist, like that is in there, and I listened to it twice last night. I have comebacks for dealing with rude people, like post. I have We Heart It collection match list, Pinterest collection match list. So if you're looking for aesthetic stuff, there you go. I have Brenda's Song gift pack, who I really want to use as a face thing one day. There's a classic 50s PSD. There is a POC friendly PSD pack, so it's not just one, it has a couple. There is a playlist template, so if you ever want to make a playlist for 8 tracks but don't want to put in the effort to make it, like myself, here's a template. There's just some fun stuff in there. I had to limit myself because I was ready to go full on crazy and just put in a ton of stuff. But, so thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, follow us on Twitter or Facebook or Tumblr, obviously. Thank you to everyone who sent messages. I know I answered them, but seriously, thank you. Thank you for watching. I wouldn't keep doing this if you guys weren't interested in it. And I cannot wait for the next episode, and also on episode 20, after episode 20, like I did with 10, I think every 10 episodes I'm going to do bloopers, because trust me, I mess up quite a lot, and I include some of the funny things, but not all. Trust me. It's wild. Thank you for watching, so have a great end of week, beginning of week, whatever time zone you're in. My name is Stori, and I will see you next week on RP Weekly.